So I have the window open.
We're live. We're live. So you know what? I'm gonna chill, and we're just gonna keep. Listen, we've been chatting in the green room, and just chatting it up
Mm,
because it's been a powerful week, and I'm excited. I'm excited for tonight's live, and I wish you could see the hummingbird that is just approached and had a little drink and continued to saunter on.
oh.
I've got everything turned around. I've even got my chairs turned around, so you're getting kind of a different view. Because
Mhm.
normally my chairs would face this way, but I listen. I'm ready to face the street. I'm ready. I'm ready. You know what? I don't care who sees me now these days. That's that. I'm here. I'm ready for the world. In the world, whether you're ready for me or not, I'm coming.
Yep, here she comes.
Yeah. So, as you were saying, it's been that kind of a week.
Mhm. Yep, it has
You
been.
look beautiful, baby girl.
You
You
do
look
too.
beautiful. Oh, well, thank you. But no, I love the ensemble. I love the hat. I love the it embodies you. I got to tell you that. It
Thank
makes
you.
you look very mystic and stoic at the same time.
Thanks.
Yeah, yeah.
And I told you why I had to put the hat on
No,
today.
you didn't tell me why. You know, maybe you did. Why do you have to put that on?
I wasn't finished my hair. I was washing my hair.
Oh, I got it. I got it. I got it. Okay, that's all right. That's all right. That's all right. Well, it's working for you. It's working for you.
This is
Yeah.
my outfit hat when it's raining and when it's hot. When I cut the grass, this is my work hat.
You know, I tell you, uh, I have at least three sun hats. Three
Mhm.
nuts, and I tell you, if you talk to any of my family, they'd say, "Here she comes, Farmer Clem." I love. Listen, I get more compliments off of my sun hats, and I wear them
Mhm.
because I am out in all kinds of weather, and
Yeah.
especially when I'm working in the garden. You think I'm going to be out on the sun in the garden? If I want to get the work done, I put
Mm,
on my sun hat, which covers my shoulders and all that good stuff. Hello, who's ever entered the chat? We got Bakina, and we got Bayron, and hello, Bayron. Hello, 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 hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to our Friday night freestyle chat as we make it through this upgrade. Oh, we got 13 in the chat, and I don't know who we got. I don't know who we got, but I'm going to say hello, 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 hello. And welcome, welcome, welcome. We got some hearts, we got some hearts, we got some smiling faces, and I see a few new people. And that's a beautiful thing.
yeah.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you. You showing up, you coming in here with the hearts and all the faces and all that, I'm going to tell you, we are definitely raising the vibration on this planet tonight.
Yep.
Tonight. That's what we're doing. That's why we here. That is exactly why we here. Yes, we have been experiencing an upgrade. So I don't know about all you, Um, um, but I definitely have, and that's what our chat was about, actually.
Mm,
Hello, we've got. Let me see who we got here. Hi, 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 hi. Hello, hello. I see every single hi, and we've got Zennap, Zennap, Zennap. Hello. I hope I said that right, Zennap. Listen, if I pronounce your name wrong, forgive me. And know this, that eventually we will get it right. Non, 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 non. Hello, hello, hello. All the hellos. I love this. I love the energy. The energy is hype this evening. I only hope that you know what? We can deliver
mm,
because we are just freestyle chatting. Here's the deal. We're all going through something, whether we acknowledge it or we don't acknowledge it. And one of the reasons why I wanted to come together and have this conversation is to let you know that all that weirdness that you may have been experiencing, guess what? You're not alone. You are upgrading. Your whole body's going through an upgrade. And we're here to just have a conversation and share a little bit about what each of us have been experiencing. And without further ado, since we got some folk in the house already, I want to introduce my guest, my special guest, returning guest, my soul sister, uh, Sabrina. That would be spiritually herb in nature. And she's back, and we're going to have that discussion tonight. And I couldn't think of a better person because Sabrina's my animal whisperer. She has a great connection to the animals, and uh, I, um, living here in Lakeel and surrounded folk by nature, have my own special connection with nature, the birds who have been speaking. So, I'm sure that through tonight's conversation, we are going to hear some of that uh, conversation, and it's going to probably involve the animal experience of in which we both have experienced tonight. So, without further ado, welcome Sabrina, and I thank you, baby girl, for showing
Thank,
up and coming out tonight.
thank you. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here.
hmm And so you're coming all the way from Maryland again, am I
Yeah,
right?
Mar-
Maryland, and Maryland is outside of DC, correct?
correct.
Mm-hmm. And for all of you that are just showing up in meeting Sabrina for the very first time, Sabrina was on a previous uh, Friday Night Live with me, and Sabrina is actually, I call her the animal whisperer because her whole channel has to do with not only animals, but you deal a lot with herbs, and you share your personal healing journey and also your connection to not just one animal. You've got animals now that you're connected with, and one that you've actually built up enough of a relationship where they're returning to you
Mm-hmm.
and had some babies, and they bring their babies back to you, and some of them you've developed names for. So I just want to, I'm going to give you a chance to let the folk share with the folk, just a brief, no, it doesn't even have to be brief, share with the folk who you were.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna just start from the beginning about how I started everything. My dog. I had a dog for about 18 years, Lilo, and he was 18 years after I had to say goodbye to him. That's when I kind of started researching animal communication, trying to find out, okay, how can I communicate with him? Because I know I've heard stories where once an animal leaves, their soul still lives, and we can
Hmm.
reach out to us. So that's when I started, and I've heard about animal communications, and I knew that it existed, but I just was never interested in it until the passing of my dog, and so that's how I started. And once I took a couple of classes, and then I soon learned that I actually had a gift. It was a gift that I had because it started coming naturally to me, and I was able to communicate with the animals that were in my backyard. The first one was a squirrel, then it was the birds and the deer, and several other animals, because there's several animals that pass through the yard. But that's how I started, and it's been a couple of years. I didn't start my channel immediately. It was, I think, last year I started, but all of this started several years. I think it was 2019. I believe it was 2019 when it all started for me.
You know, powerful. I resonated with you when I first came across your channel. I
Mhm.
did. I resonated big time because animals have always been an intricate part of my life in one way or another to help me along my journey. Whether it was a dog or whether it was a cat or a bird, because they all seem to be the ones that um, show up in some way, fashion, or form, or that I've actually had that relationship with. But um, oddly enough, right now it's this incredible relationship with the birds. It's like they're. I feel their not only their protection, but the birds got a different way of giving a message. They
Yes.
can be real busy. And if you are not silent and present enough, you would just think that's just exactly what it is. But when you study their nature, you
Mhm.
know that there's something definitely just for you. And I personally had that experience this week. I
Mhm.
had that experience this week with the hummingbirds that, yeah, normally they come by their feeders, but they wasn't coming by their feeders. They were coming by me, and it
Oh, wow.
was they came by all week, or not
Mhm.
all week, but all that day, and surrounding me, and then remaining on the lights because I have lights all around my deck, and they would sit on the wire and just they make this certain little bit of noise,
Mhm.
and
I know.
and I'll tell you they are so busy, but they were taking the time to be still enough
Mhm.
to give me whatever the message was, zooming in around my head. Then I had the butterfly. I had
Mhm.
this one butterfly that kept appearing all week, actually, and
Mhm.
then finally, you know what? Um, 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 it decides to settle and come in, zooming around me, and then settle to my feet, and then crawl up on my foot, and just as if to give some sort of a message,
Yep.
and I'm still not sure exactly what that means.
Mhm.
But, and then I had the deer that came to me. This all happened this week. All
Wow.
these things happened this week. So I know that they're all messages. I don't know exactly what it all means,
Mhm.
but each time it happened, I knew it was a message, and I was just like, oh, you know, it's something that um it's that like the deer, I gotta tell you, I gotta back up. I'm just blah 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 blah, blah all over the place. But the deer, I come out my front door, and I'm facing the road, and directly across the road was a mother deer, and I don't know what you call that, but full grown, huge. I want
Mhm.
to add, but she is looking me in my face, like just like as much as say, okay. Good. Now I got your attention. I got your attention. I was so breathtaking because it's not that I don't see deer, and it's
Mhm.
not like I don't see them on the property, but I knew it was a direct message for me. And so I just became so overwhelmed. And so I said, what do I start to do? I start to talk. The moment I start to talk, she just turned and went in the bushes. So it was for that moment, I
Mhm.
know. I know that all these things are adding up to something. What? I don't know. I don't know. But I,
They're
I definitely, I'm open.
Yeah, they're connected to you. All the
Yes.
animals, they're connected to you somehow. I don't know in which way, but they are connected to you. The way that they come
I
to you, connected to you.
they do. I want to say hello to Revneet, and that is Winds of Reflection, who showed up in the chat. Hello, my baby girl, and
Oh,
also Alana Banana, 3 degrees of love and divination. Hello, baby girl, to you too. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for showing up. And you know what? Um, hello, baby girl. Anyways, I love the hearts, love the hearts, love the hearts. Okay, sorry, I cut you off. I just
oh no,
wanted to say hello before you know what things got on.
yeah, No, I'm good. I was just saying that they are connected to you, the ones that showed up and that were around you. And I
Yes,
every animal that comes to us that's in our space, they're somehow connected to us. Whether it be angels, ancestors, there's a connection there. And they're just letting you know that, I believe.
absolutely. Absolutely. The I've even noticed with my cat and my cat's behavior, um from an anxious energy to more chill,
Hmm.
a little bit more chill. So whatever was going on, I think uh it's starting to balance itself out, perhaps, maybe because um more children around me, less feeling the need to um rub up against, and because I know
Hmm.
when he's doing that, he's aligning my energy. And as I say that, here comes Mufasa. Hello, Mufasa. Anyways, no, he's just chilling. But no, have you noticed the energy of other people?
Um, I haven't really been around. I spend more time in the back with the animals than around people. So unless I go to the store or go shopping, and even then I'm in and out, so I'm not really close to anyone. I'm usually avoiding everybody. Like, so I haven't, not
I
necessarily.
went out today, and you know what? Because I'm like you, I have intentionally been, for me, I have been intentionally in hermit mode, and in I haven't been really productive in
Mm,
terms of certainly towards the channel. I haven't been productive. I've been just taking the moment to just be and
mhm,
experiencing. So today going out, here's what I found there. I had some good experiences, and I can see I could feel I could feel the shift, first of all. I
mhm.
can see that that shift has already begun. I did notice a difference with people. I had some good things happen today. Oh my goodness. I was just thinking, like, how can I say this? It just, not only good exchanges with people, but what started out is maybe little bit of friction. For instance, there was I went into Canadian Tire because I needed a new weed whacker. So I
Uh,
ended up in Canadian Tire, and there was only one worker on. And if you work retail, sometimes that worker has no control on the fact that she's the only one there.
yeah.
And of course, everyone, including myself, I started to be and it didn't take long before it became yeah, yeah, yeah. And I realized it's not about this girl. And I started verbalizing that. But I was able to just like neutralize the energy and change the whole thing around. And before there was another girl that ended up coming up because she was the only one that was put on cash. But my whole point being is it was the exchange that went on with everyone that was in the lineup, and how, I could see it actually neutralizing because it didn't take long for everyone's thinking to change up. And yeah, like, she's alone and blah, 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 blah. So it was that. So in that way, it was
Yeah.
good. And not only that, but I got my purchase that I needed. And my friend, that's another thing. Oh my goodness. As I've told you folks, I don't drive. Not that I don't drive, I can drive. I just
Mhm.
don't have a car. But I've been blessed to have a friend that, you know what? My goodness, if I'm in need, he's he rarely ever says no. He
Mhm.
rarely ever says no. And if he says no, then you know what? There's always a reason for it. But you know, going out. So I spent some time with him and just going out and going around and getting my errands and all of that done. And it's always good to be able to do that without stressing, worrying
Mhm.
about whether you're taking somebody's time or not. He never ever makes me feel that way. So, I was blessed in that way that that all worked out today, and we left early and all of that. So everything went off really, really smooth. I'm saying today, it's been a good day, and I've had good exchanges. Um,
Mhm.
considering the fact that, like you, I don't get out and around people that much, so
Mhm.
you know, I'm clocking every encounter I have. Right?
Mhm. That's that's good.
Yeah, yeah. So I was looking at some of your videos, and I saw that your I forget what your deer's name is. What do you call him?
Brown eyed girl, her
Brown
brown eyed
eyed girl came back.
Jimmy. That's her nickname I gave her, brown eyed girl.
Okay. But she came back? Did she bring the babies?
Not yet. She has a fawn from last year, then the year before, and I think she has one from the previous year. But like I had no idea she had a family for like 2 years, I think, before she brought them for me to see.
Ah.
I haven't seen the baby, the fawn from this year. She's still in nursing, but I haven't seen the baby. She'll I don't know when she's gonna bring him or her by, but she will eventually. But like I said, she doesn't let them eat at the feeders. They can
She
come
doesn't
in.
bring them to the feeder. Isn't that something?
They're
She
not.
trusts you, but she doesn't trust the situation to let them come.
They're
Isn't
not
that
allowed. All the other deer, they'll bring their young when they come to feed, but she never has done that. And I think it's the protective thing. She's not letting, because at one time we had hunters that would come in the forest to hunt. I don't think they come now. I don't think so. I'm not sure, but I haven't seen any evidence of them. And they would leave corn for the deer.
yes. To bait
Yeah,
them.
I don't like that, but that's what they do. And so,
No. I think that there's something truly happening with the animals right now in terms of that
mhm,
veil being lifted in that line of communication. Like I told you, that exchange with the deer, it
mhm,
was it was all I felt like a telepathic message. I
mhm,
just wasn't getting what that message was because, first of all, the sight made me so excited. So I went into my emotions. So I didn't
mhm,
take the time to just sit there and receive it. It was just, oh my goodness.
mhm.
And like I said, it's not like I don't see that
Yeah.
here, but it's in I don't get to see it there just like that. Not
Mhm.
like that. It's usually from a distance because I live on a big piece of property. So I can see them at the far because they do travel down at the back. So there's a clearing, but that was pretty close for me to have it right there like that.
Yeah, they were definitely trying to talk to you. There was
Right.
a mess.
Right. So what is your weekend looking like? Because this is the long weekend, isn't it?
You mean a holiday weekend?
It is the holiday weekend. I know it's not really like a holiday weekend to me, but somebody else. Usually, people are making plans and all
Oh,
that. It's
I
like any other day for me, but
it's the same for me. It's not. There's nothing special going on this weekend. Just
no, no.
doing chores, everyday chores, feeding and cleaning outside, and trying to get housework done when I can. But I spend more time outside than inside, so it's kind of difficult to do things inside.
I will say this: I have a niece that is graduating. She's graduating high school, and she's
Mhm.
on her way to she's going to an art school, and her friend, getting their first apartment, just exciting things going on in her life. But I love this kid because both of them, her and her friend, have answered their own call,
Mhm.
answered their own uniqueness, and went with it. My niece is going to art school. Her friend's going to film school, and they're making it happen for them their way. Now, whether it stays that way or
Mhm.
not, I was just if you can have any amount of direction in this world and stay grounded enough to keep at it,
Mhm.
that's saying something right now. There is not a lot of solidity. There isn't, there's, in fact, they're entering a world. So I said, you're going to be the change. You're entering that now. Whether you continue to do the line of study, and your minds might change, that doesn't matter. The
Mm.
fact is that, you know what, you're realizing that you can still go grab this world. You Because I told them you're both brought here for change. So we got a little celebration going on in the backyard here today.
Oh, okay,
So yeah,
great.
I told them Auntie's not much for crowds, so I did all of my thing before uh it all went on. So if we notice that there's some traffic and that coming in, that's what's going on.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
haven't noticed.
So good things are happening, is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Mhm.
And I was saying to my niece, you know, that's generational curses, generational curses being broke.
Mhm.
I said, mother lines, mother lines. Do you realize, as I told her, what you're doing, what you've done, and how your grandmothers would be they're so proud right now. They're smiling. They're smiling in the spirit. And I had to really impress that upon her, because, and then I reminded her of the fact that, um because what most folk don't know is that there was another house on this property that made me, built me, and it didn't look anything like this one. I can tell you right now. In fact, what it would have, I'm going to use the word humble. I will
Mhm.
not use the word shack. I will use the word humble, because that humble house made 13 individuals, and we were not supposed to make it or survive. We were not supposed to survive, I'm telling you. So, what's taking place today is a powerful, powerful, powerful thing. So, I
Yeah.
moved, I moved, and I'm here. I'm here. You can't kill this shit.
Nope.
Uh-uh. It's Teflon. It keeps on coming and it keeps on going.
That's
Hmm.
right. Exactly right.
So I was reminding her that's what you built of. And if you
Mhm.
got any problems, your auntie's just down here in the valley. You give your auntie a call. I can get that. I can get that stuff fixed real quick.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, beautiful things are happening. Yes, 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 yes. So, other than that, what is your weather like there in Maryland?
I was just thinking when you about last night. We've been having rain. We've been actually. I think we're having high temperatures, like in you guys are in Canada, because our we've had like extreme high temperatures in the 90s, and we've had thunderstorms. Yesterday there was a thunderstorm. It was last night. It started in the afternoon and then it carried on till the nighttime. But I was outside. Something about being, when the light it's lightning. Call me crazy. I love being out when it's lightning. It's like the energy, you can feel it. But I knew the rain was coming soon, so I stayed out, finishing up with the cats and the deer, whoever wanted to eat. And the lightning was coming down, and I was just, oh, the energy. And so, as soon as the rain started coming, I went in. But there was a light show last night. It went on for hours. I did a short video I posted on Facebook, but it was like the whole skies was lighting up. It was so much light.
I
I don't
haven't
know.
seen it yet, but I'm gonna go in there and watch that after I get out of this live. But I didn't see that one. But
Mhm,
it's you're talking about the energy. Isn't it funny when you know what you know, and
mhm.
you know how we are designed and how we are a part of that, and that we have the power to actually move that stuff.
Exactly.
It makes for a whole different experience,
Mhm,
because here we've been like, oh my goodness, we've had like beautiful day. It turned out to be a beautiful day, but our
mhm.
temperatures was like 40. It was like 45 degrees this
Wow,
morning. Oh, cold,
that
cold,
is
cold, cold. 45 degrees. What would that be? Celsius or not Fahrenheit? It was Celsius. Celsius is when it's lower and
I
low.
see. Mm,
But anyways, it was not 45 high. It was 45
oh,
low. So,
mhm,
and it was chillier last night, but made for an absolutely magnificent day. It
mhm.
we're killing it today. We're killing it.
Oh,
And the variations, I go on about the variations of green, but I don't know if you folk notice it, but have you not noticed the um there is a deeper color to the colors that are around us. Everything is more deeper. I don't know if anybody else is experiencing that, but you know what? That's how I'm experiencing things. Anybody else? Do you?
I've seen variations like outdoors, like the grasses, the different, like you're saying, the different shades, variations. I've seen it.
The different variations of green.
Mm,
Yes,
yeah.
there's green. How can there be so many variations of green? And don't let the
Mhm.
sun drop on it. It's another oh. I'm like all the time. Ah. Anyways, that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, yeah. I'm
Pretty
gonna
sad.
say it's the upgrade, right? It's the upgrade. Yeah. I hear some noise. Something going on back there. We got 5 people in the chat. I want to say hello to Bonjour, Bonjour, Bayram Ben Halima. And I hope I said that right. Hello, hello, hello. I think I tried that before. So where is everybody coming from tonight? Now I know Revneet, you are in Chicago. Then we've got Alana Banana, who is in Scarborough, Ontario. I'm coming from Lakeel, Nova Scotia. Your Sabrina is coming from Maryland. Where's everybody else coming from tonight? We're covering Turtle Island. This is amazing.
Right, Turtle Island.
Coming together, raising the vibration. Friday night chatting. And how's everybody's week been? Anybody want to put in the chat what your week's been like? Good week, bad week, testing week, trying week. Yeah, all kinds of tests. All kinds of tests. Yeah, presented with different tests. And I realize why that is too. You got to have the test because it's like, okay, how you going to deal with that?
Mhm.
Okay, new frequency, but how you going to deal with that, right? Okay,
Mhm.
just recognizing it's a test, right? Being able to say, okay, gone, done, done with
Mhm.
that.
Yes.
A lot of that. Besides, for myself personally, um, memories, like old memories from different things. Not that they, not that, they grab you like that, but
Mhm.
just different things coming up. That's what made it a exhausting, I think, week. Because you
Uh,
think, where'd that come from,
mhm.
And then you recognize why it's there, and then you let it go, right? But that's what's made it challenging. I
Mhm.
wouldn't even say the word is challenging. Like, you know what? This is probably the week that I just rode the wave. When I tell you, I felt like I was riding the wave sometimes. I felt like I was riding the wave, and then there was sometimes I felt like I was driving the wave. Sometimes I felt like I was sinking. No,
Mhm.
all over the place. Like, I'm like, damn. I am so glad that I'm really not out there in a boat and amongst people, because really I feel like I'm coming across a little bit crazy right now, but it's upgrade.
Yeah,
Upgrade.
it
All
is
upgrade.
definitely.
How's your dad?
He's fine. He's fine. He's out of town for the weekend.
He
So
what?
he's out of town for the
Okay,
weekend.
okay, okay. So you're lone wolfing it.
For everybody in the backyard. So yeah,
Okay. You're really not lone wolfing it.
kind of, sort of.
That's the thing though. No, that's the thing though. You don't feel like you're alone when you have all of that in your backyard. That's
And,
when
and
you
I
think you're alone.
when you said that you were wanting your alone time, but I was going to tell you you're not alone because you have all the birds, the trees, and the deer. Everyone's coming to you, the butterflies. So
I'm
you.
telling you, I don't. I don't feel alone. And when
Hmm.
you realize how much everything is alive, I don't, there's not one day. And I don't experience the loneliness like that. Like, that's not to say that, well, I want to be, I'd like to be around somebody. I get that every now and again, but for the most part, like I'm when I tell you I feel very connected, and I know that it's all alive, and it's right up my alley, because really right now probably nature is probably the only thing that can put up with me. It's such intensity. Seriously. Yep. All day. Oh yeah, I only think nature could do that.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Because it's been a little bit all over the place in terms
Hmm.
of my emotions, you know, and
Yeah.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Right, Mufasa? Yes. Mufasa says, "Well, I don't know. Sometimes I want to go around her, but I don't know where's she gonna be at today. Where's she at in this moment?" Yeah. So as I said, this is the Friday night chat. So we've got another. This will be the second podcast with Alana Banana and Entering the Spiritual Void. And it's going to be me and Revneet and Alana. And we are going to be discussing the movie Soul. And I tell you, listen, when Alana first brought this movie to me, I was like, I won't say that. I wasn't all that, mm, and even had some difficulty getting the movie. I actually didn't get the movie. What I got was the audiobook.
Hmm.
Listen, I wasn't but minutes into that. It's a good movie. It's going to make for a very, very powerful, powerful discussion. So, folks, be looking out for that. I think that's Monday. I think it's Monday. I know it's 7 o'clock my time. Please, Jesus, tell me I got the right date, because I think it is Monday at 7. But you know what? That is a powerful, powerful movie. And it's a movie of now. It's a movie really of now. And it was a movie made for kids. But I was thinking, you'd have to be a really, really, you'd have to be a star child in order to get the symbolism and get the true nature of that movie. But it's got some powerful, powerful lessons in that into it. I don't know whether you saw the movie. Did you see the movie?
I think I did. Is it, what year did it come out?
It's a cartoon-like movie, with Jamie Foxx as the lead lead actor, or he plays the teacher in the movie.
Hmm.
But I won't give it away. But you know what? It's just it's about it really talks a lot about your life's path, and the whole process that we go through
Hmm.
uh along that path and that journey to find yourself. and
I'm gonna
find your light and all of that,
I'm gonna have
Powerful.
to I think I did see parts of it at one time, but I can't recall the whole thing, but it's familiar, but I because sometimes I'll see parts of a movie and because I haven't seen many movies lately except for
I
Dynasty.
actually enjoyed the book more, I think more than I probably would have enjoyed the movie because it went into great detail in terms of uh, breaking down the analogy of really what was going on. So
Mhm.
it made it really good. But that is what's happening on Monday. And then I've also got Rev Neat coming on the channel. She's going to be joining me. And Rev Neat, I've got to tell you, girl, I have really, really come to appreciate the heck out of you. I love your authenticity. I love your knowing who you are. I mean, that's a girl that knows who she is, has done the work, and is has got a conversation in her that not only that the world needs to have, and we're in that space and place and time of where folk want to run. It's not time to run from those tough conversations. It's time for self not just reflection, but evaluation. And
Mhm.
you evaluate because you know what you want to do differently. So that's what I love about this gal. She is that one that is not afraid to look at things. So I'm really excited about that. And I won't even tell you the mix up that I did tonight because I had her coming on, and it was, and then, forgot everything about that. So I'm apologizing publicly, Revneet. I didn't even have to say a damn thing, but I just exposed myself, didn't I? And all this that was going on, didn't remember the conversation I had with Vivit. Reached out to you, not that because I knew that you were coming back onto the show, and
Mhm.
that does not make. I didn't have to say that, did I? So see, you can tell I'm just being completely authentic. Put myself right out there. Show that Here's what I'm showing you. I'm as human as they
Yeah.
come. I'm as human as they come. Trust me. Yeah. But nonetheless, I believe that everything happens for its reasons, and I'm happy for this one, and just telling you a little bit of what we got coming too. So Revni, hold on to your uh hold on to your horses because girl, we got one coming up. We got one coming up, and that's a good thing. We're
Mhm.
just going to be creating a rippling effect. That's what we're going to be doing. In the meantime, girl, keep your head up and 10 toes down. That's what we love about you. 10 toes down. So, Miss Sabrina, you ain't saying much tonight, are you?
I'm letting you lead.
No, girl, I want you to talk. Come on, I've been just blah 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 blah. Well, I ain't even gonna lie. I am not even gonna lie. You know what? It's been that. When I tell you, that's just what the week has been like. All these different things have been happening, and I've been taking mental notes. But girl, enough of me. Go on. You talk to me about you. What's been going on? Tell the folks what's been going on with Sabrina. What's been going on with those animals?
Well, just every day there's drama every day. I'll just say that there's drama every day because everyone has a personality. The cats. They're actually the neighborhood cats. One of them, Sam, she's the closest to me. She gets to come in. She stays in. Sometimes she goes out. But there's four boys and three girls. The three girls, they're regular residents. They stay here in the yard. There's one boy. He's new. He stays here now for the most part. And then the other three boys, they come and go. Sometimes they come maybe a year because what was it? One of them, Callie. I hadn't seen him since last year. He showed up a couple. No, he showed up last week, about 2 weeks ago. He sent, and I know this is I think I told you about this before, Hilda, but I was telling you how just like with people, animals, they have assignments also. They have their work that they do.
Yes.
Callie, he showed me in dreams a couple years ago where he'd been because he would come and then he would go, and so now I know what he does. And so last year, Snowball, who's one of our newest residents, he's a male. He stays here now. He's been here for about maybe a couple of months now, maybe 1 or 2 months, I think. But when he first came around last year, he just came by, and I think one of the other cats chased him off, so he didn't stay. But when I saw him, I'm like, "How did he find this place? How did he?" And I was like, something said, "Callie sent him here." And so when he came again this year, another one of the cats chased him away. So and then there was a cat fight the next day. One of the male cats had a scratch on his face. So I was like, okay, I don't know what's going on. But then he came back again, and so it's like I knew that Callie sent him here. So after a couple of weeks, I go out and I look in the backyard and I see Callie and Snowball playing. And I was like, I knew it. I knew it because they knew each other. So definitely
Yeah,
he's, and I think what happened, just like with us, we have trauma that we have to heal from. Animals are the same. It could be
absolutely.
abusive home. I'm not sure what his trauma was, but he was supposed to come here to heal because he needed a family. Because I remember when he first came, and I because he's getting better with me because he's not as sh- shy, I guess I would say, but he's getting more comfortable with me being near him because he would take off and I couldn't get close to him, but he's getting much better. But when he first came, I remember that first time he came and he stayed over, and I was like, "You're part of the family now," because it's like I knew he needed that family,
Absolutely.
being around a human, and because he would be so vocal and he would just be calling out, doing all kinds of vocalizations, and I'm like, "What's going on with him?" And just looking at him, I could see there was, he has to heal. There was something going on he had to heal from, and that's like I said, Callie. He goes and he helps the others and whoever needs help. And so he had to come here so he can work out whatever's going on with him, his traumas that he's dealing with. But
You know
he's
what? A cat would not normally come. They will go off in on their own. So that
mm,
tells you that the cat resonated with your spirit. Seriously, a
mm,
wounded cat, they ain't coming out. You know that. So they'll only come out if they are attracted to your spirit. They so
mm.
that tells you that they trust you.
And every time I see him out there, like 'cause he's getting used to the other cats, the female cats, because at first they would, they didn't want to be around him, but they so now they're becoming friends. And when I see him in the grass just rolling, playing like a cat, I just start smiling like, man, that warms my heart because he's still, he's getting better from whatever he had gone through. And I saw that in him, and that's why he was sent here, so he could
Yeah,
heal traumas, I believe. And I
yeah.
know, and I still say that animals are just in different bodies. We all have our traumas. We just have different bodies, and they've probably been here before in a human body. So,
Absolutely. There is no, I say it's a knowing. When I tell you that my mom shows up
mhm,
every day, every day she's been showing up, and that's my Robin, and
yeah,
makes it a point to be in my face to let me know that she's here. And it's odd, it's odd, depending on what's going on too when
mhm,
she shows up. She usually will come for the confirmation, you know, good job, or I'm
mhm,
here. What you gonna do? I'm here, right?
yeah,
That would be my mom. In the Cardinal, they have been, and I don't know. I I I don't want to put a voice, but I'm gonna say my dad. Perhaps maybe my dad. You know,
mhm,
um, um, I'm gonna say that perhaps maybe my dad. I don't want to put. I don't, but I definitely know that the Robin is my mom, and
mhm,
and she comes to. She just doesn't come to me. She comes to my sister Susie too,
mhm.
quite often.
It's definitely her, and I know what you're saying because, like, even with the birds, I know who they are, past relatives that, but I can't tell everyone that. I just, you know, I see.
Listen, I'm
See.
telling you right now, folk, you better wake up because I'm gonna tell you something. Those same birds, and one of these days, telepathically, they're gonna start speaking to you. Listen. I'm telling you straight up. Listen. This is where we're at. The
Yeah.
veil has been, it's a lot more thinner, and it is happening in real time. So do not take for granted anything you see happening in front of you, especially with animals, whether it's
Mhm.
birds, animals, period. That is the time period that we are living in. And get ready because that relationship is going to be something different. If you have not already noticed it, I've always noticed it. I've
Mhm.
noticed it with every animal I have had. I've noticed it already in that relationship with them. So I can't, I'm just noticing it with other animals right now. And so that's why another reason why I want to keep having that conversation. I want to
And
keep having that conversation so that if it does start to happen with you, don't be so alarmed. And I think it's happening with some people more than what we know,
mhm.
more than what we know.
And also, you mentioned the butterfly. Also, the insects. Insects will communicate too.
That's right.
The butterflies, dragonflies, moths, ants, flies. They will come to you. I remember I usually, when I give thanks when I'm outside, I like to do gratitude. And I was naming all the different beings, like I call them my teams, like the feline teams, the avian teams. And I mentioned the butterflies and I forgot the moths. And then when I was standing there, a moth came and landed on my hand. And I said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot you too." And as soon as I said, apologized and said, "Thank you," he flew off. They all of them, just like, they communicate with you. And that was, I had to write that down in my journal. I keep notes for myself because sometimes I think all the things I experienced, did this really happen? So I have to write it down so I can reflect and say, wait, did I imagine this or did it really happen? And that was one thing I remember writing that down. That happened this year, a couple of months ago with the moth. And I was like, okay, so
Yeah.
normal for me.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that they will communicate. Insects will communicate also.
Absolutely.
Well,
Yeah. And we won't get into the because that's for another whole complete discussion. But what do they call that? Remote viewing?
mm-hmm.
We won't get into remote viewing because with some insects, I can tell you, if you don't belong in the house, you got to go. You know, you won't be spying on my ass. Anyways, that's a conversation for another day. Just check out remote viewing. Trust me,
mm-hmm.
it's real. It's
I know
very, very real, folks.
it is. It is.
I've had a few want to remote view me. This is the real world we're living in. Yeah,
Yep.
and we are the enlightened ones here, so I
Mhm.
I I'm gonna have that. And if you don't know, research it. Remote viewing
Mhm.
in terms of the spiritual world. It is true. Listen, we are 53 minutes at the hour. I didn't want to keep this no longer than an hour. So, I know everyone's got their Friday night, and I
Mm.
wanted to pop back in front of the camera and just, see where folk are at. I did not have any particular topic that was going on tonight, but I do know that we are all going through something. So for me, um, I want to come and just let you know that, yeah, you're normal. Some things are normal, and you know what? You're gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right. We are going to make it through this, and good things are happening. Good things are happening. There is that rippling effect. We are raising the vibration. And having said that, there are going to be up and coming conversations that are going to be difficult to have. We need to get ready for those. We need to have those conversations
Mhm.
because they are an intricate part of our healing. We can't get into another dimension without that stuff being healed. And so I'm not even going to mention what some of them are. I just know that they're coming. because with the veil being lifted and one's thinking start to change, in order to heal it, we have to deal with those things, and that is what this channel has been created for. Those um difficult conversations, as well as what perspectives that what one may have not thought about. But this is
Mhm.
the time we're living in. We're living in change and being a part of the change. So, having said that, Sabrina, I want to thank you for showing up for me again
Thank
and
you for
being a part of things this evening. I want to thank everyone that came out in the chat, and Rav Neat, I thank you, baby girl, and thank you for being understanding. Cause your auntie over here, she been going through it too, right? She going through it, and that's okay. Thank you for being understanding. And I'm sending love out there to everyone. And folks, be kind. Be kind to yourselves, because don't 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 judge yourselves right now for all the different shifts and changes that you might be going through, and hold space for others, because remember, they're going through it too.
Mhm.
Hold space for others, and just know this, that you are a part of the light system that is lighting up the grid. So that's what we're here for. We're here to light up the grid, and we're lighting up first. So that's the reason why we're going through all of this, because we're getting infused with what we need to be infused with, so that we can help the collective
Mhm.
that are waking up, and we're going through some things. And once again, that's why I get together like this, to just let us know that, hey, you're not alone, and no, it's not abnormal what you're going through. And we need that space. We need that safe space to talk about it, because not everyone's going to understand.
Mhm.
So I thank you for coming out tonight once again, and supporting me, and helping me. And I also wanted to share you with the world, because baby girl, trust me, you know what? Um, you're needed. You're going to be needed. And there's going to be that whole sector out there, and you got your thing going on there, and you're building your thing. And please go check out Sabrina, spirituality, herb, and nature. Um, she's got some beautiful shorts going on there. But you're into the herbs, and that's another thing. We need that, baby
Mm.
girl. We need that. That's why I'm going to keep encouraging you. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
And you
Thank
got this calmness in your spirit, that every time we come connect and come together, you have to calm my spirit down, because you just got this presence about you. So I love you for that.
Love
And
you
I
too.
thank you. And
And
I am
thank
leaving. Yeah, go ahead. I'm go.
thank you for the space for us.
Thank
For
you, and thank spirit for allowing
doing.
this to happen and providing
Mhm.
it. And I'm leaving everyone standing 10 toes down, knowing who you are. And if you're just getting to know who you are, you know what, baby, you gonna be all right. You are not abnormal. You are just, becoming clear. And with that clearness, it does feel abnormal.
Mhm.
You gonna be all right. I'm also leaving you with love, good vibrations, as we raise the vibration on this planet by having healing conversations. So, and having said that, hit the like button, hit the share button, and hit the subscribe button if you're just coming by for the very first time. And this is Freestyle Friday, and it's not as structured, and that's okay too. As I said, we're this is how we're showing up for one another. It's not always about performance, and this is not about performance. This is about checking in, because that's what we do here. And leaving you with your Friday night, because it is your Friday night too. I don't want to keep it, because some of you are just getting off work. As I said, peace, love, and healing, and good vibrations as you go throughout your Friday, making a good and listen. I'm making a beautiful Friday That's what I got going on here. Beautiful, Friday. So do you. Bye.
Bye.